Hello and welcome everyone. I'm June Riley, founder and CEO of VC Task Force. As many of you know, VC Task Force is an organization that supports the venture community by addressing issues of the day. We have programs for investors and programs for entrepreneurs, and also programs for both. Today, we're going to have one of the programs that are suitable for both investors and entrepreneurs. It's Gary's Picks, and I'm going to turn you over to Gary. Take it away, Gary.
Yeah, thank you, June. It is great to be here again today, and my name is Gary Fowler, and I am the host of Gary's Picks, VC Task Force, and I've got an incredible guest. Daniel is going to talk about his journey. He's going to talk about his company, Delta Theta, and a little about his experience, because right now he's living in the hotbed of life, Riga, Latvia, where the temperature is warm and there's a lot of fun at the beach. So we're going to talk about that. So Daniel, where are you right now? Are you in Riga?
Yeah, Gary, hello. Thank you for your time, and it is a pleasure to me to be with you and with June here. Yeah, in Riga, I'm in Riga now, and the temperature not so warm as compared to London, but we are close to London.
Wow. You know, I lived in Riga, so I was there for a summer. And I got to tell you, it was some of the most amazing people. You know, you would be on the beach, so you had this combination of this European mentality. You've got some Russian, Ukrainian sentiments there, but people just liked having fun. It was like, in fact, I remember one of the Tsar's palaces was there. Tsar's summer home was in Riga, and a friend was showing me about it. But so you look at it, what's so special about Riga? Why is that? Why do I hear so much about the startup environment there?
I think Riga, I think Riga has special mood, or I cannot explain, but I think it's like a center of gravity, and too much entrepreneurs, too much people here, and good weather, as you mentioned, amazing views, amazing place. So I don't know, but I think it's like a Baltic mood.
A Baltic mood. That's the first time I've ever heard that in my entire life. I've heard about, Italian moods and French moods, but I never heard in my life about them. What is a Baltic mood?
Baltic mood. It's like a Riga. It's like a Yurmala, and I think across Baltic countries, Riga and Latvia is brilliant. And actually, I'm trying to find the best words how I can explain this mood. And you have to visit, or you. You have to visit this place. You have to spend 1 or 2 weeks and visit different place. And I think you will find your personal explanation. What does it mean for you, Baltic mood? But
yeah, no, I was there, and the thing I really liked. So on one side, you've got this lower prices for things in general. They weren't as high as some of the other countries. On the other hand, you've got this German mentality where people get stuff done, right? They're like focused. And so if you do a baseboard, a molding in a house, it's perfect. You know what I mean? They don't make mistakes. So you get that kind of German thing. Then you got kind of some of the Swedish influence with the food and the architecture. And then you got some of the Russian influence on the other side. And that mixture together is pretty cool. I got to tell you, it's like, and the beaches, I got to tell you, the Baltic beaches are amazing. What a nice place to be in the summer, by the way. In the wintertime, I've been there. It's a little bit cold, but in the summer, oh man, it's an amazing place. All right. So tell me a little bit about, so you worked for PwC for a couple of years. What were you doing there?
It was audit department, and I was like a member of audit team, and we provide audit procedures for companies of energy sector. And then I moved to transaction service. We support M&A deals. Yeah, and I spent a few years with PwC and then moved to investment bank area.
And so you work with Kit Finance Investment Bank, the head of trading. You know, you did that for Thundermark Capital, and then Five to Lunch. What was Five to Lunch? I know you did that in 2019. What was that about?
Yeah, it was a funny story because my girlfriend we spent times in the United States, and we found that usually during lunchtime, if you try to get a table in a restaurant, you have to stay in the line or you can join the table. Yeah. And my girlfriend decided that it can be a very simple solution if we will create app where you can see a place, you can see tables, and you can see who at the table now. And it can be like a restaurant LinkedIn or restaurant dating app or something like this. And I was like investor, shareholder, and general technical guy. And she tried to run this company. So yeah, it was my small experience, like investor in small startup.
Wow, and did you like it? Was it interesting? Because you went from Thundermark Capital, where you're a venture partner, to Five to Lunch. I mean, how was the experience? You were there 3 years, and is it still going on? 3 years and 5 months? Is it still happening, or what's going on with it?
Regarding Five to Lunch, yeah, it works, and currently the team try to run operations in Spain. Yeah, because they did big research and found that that huge amount of expats and entrepreneurs in Spain, especially in Barcelona, and it can be very good. A very good application for foreigners who would like to meet locals, who would like to find good places, because usually people when you're in restaurant or in pub or bar and you're at the table, you can find communication in a much easy way. This is a little bit complicated for people from the European Union, yeah, because, for example, people in Baltic countries or in North Europe, they prefer to hold distance, and they don't like communication. Yeah.
Really? Now,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that, because when I was there, I had a lot of friends around that I've known for years. But what do you mean by that? So how different is the Baltic experience? They don't like to be close? Is it because of the cold weather, Daniel, or is it because of the culture?
I think if you're talking about Latvia, it's a little bit complicated because Latvia consists of three parts, and like Russian migrants, Russian who was born in Latvia, and Latvian people. So, and I think that in this case, communication is easy. Yeah, but if you compare people from Estonia or Finland or Sweden or Norway, they prefer to hold the distance as compared to people from Italy.
Oh man, you go to a person from Italy and they're putting their arm around you, kissing you on the cheeks and everything else. You may not even know if you're getting a kiss on the cheeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I got to tell you, the first time somebody kissed me on the cheeks, a guy kissed me on the cheeks, I got a little nervous. It was an interesting experience. I'm like, I never had anybody do it before. And it was like, I don't know this guy that well. I understand the culture, right? I did it with my grandmother, and that kind of thing, but I didn't. But, the world's different and there's all kinds of, how is it? So when you were down in the Baltics, do you go to Estonia or do you go to Lithuania and some of the other Baltic countries, or do you just stay in Latvia?
I was in Estonia, I was in Lithuania, but I fall in love with Latvia, and in my personal opinion, Latvia is brilliant as compared to other Baltic countries. This is my personal opinion. Yeah, but I visited in continental Europe. I was in general. I was in all countries, and in in my taking consideration my personal opinion, I think that Latvia and Netherlands are best countries for living, for I don't for living. Yeah, the best places.
Well, that's great. And the price of housing is not that bad, correct? Or I don't know what the prices are now, but when I was there, it wasn't that expensive. You could get a flat, like 100 square meter flat at the time for, I don't know, 80, 90,000 US dollars. Well, what is it like now?
In general situation, the same situation. So you can find a good apartments in the center of the city, and cost will be like 1,000, maybe 1,200, but it will be modern with parking, more than 100 meters, and in the center of the city. But taking consideration current situation, and especially if we're talking about gas prices and oil prices, I think that during autumn and winter cost will rise in 2 times, maybe 2.5 times, because usually here when you rent, you have to separate bills for rent and for
Utility.
utility bill. And I think that during this year we will see utility bill equal or higher as compared to rent bill.
Wow, that's amazing. No, I'll tell you what, I love the place. You know, when you walk down in the center of that beautiful city, it's just incredible. It's like going back in time. And like it feels a bit like Norway, but you've got this kind of so you got this Norwegian kind of feel, Swedish kind of feel, but at the same time, you don't have the prices to back it up, at least right now. So that was a good thing. That's great. So what do you do in the summertime for fun there?
Mm, uh, usually I spend time with my girlfriend. We visit different places in Latvia. We visit different places in neighborhood countries. Yeah, but usually we prefer to um, uh, during our weekend. Yeah, we prefer to some kind of journey. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, two
Road
weeks
trip.
ago.
Daniel,
Huh?
road trip. You're talking about a road trip, right? Where you take your car and drive it.
It depends of our Baltic mode. So it can be like a round trip, or we can, I don't know, we spent a few weeks in Spain. So it was
Well,
amazing.
it's a tough life, Daniel, isn't it? It's a very tough life. Okay, so let's go down through. So tell me a little bit about. I know that Delta Theta, you're doing American options, DEX. You know,
Mhm.
where any trader can buy and sell options on these volatile crypto assets. What's going on with the market right now? Man, I've never seen so much volatility in crypto in my entire life. You know, it's like Forrest Gump. You know, life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. It's the same with crypto. You know, today it's up, tomorrow it's way down. So what's going on with it, and how do you take advantage of this market?
Uh, I see that market became mature, and this market still have huge amount of opportunities, because too much IT and not IB. I mean, there are many people with IT background, yeah, and experience in this market, but not so much people from desks or investment banks. And usually we see situation, and that's why we see situation like Luna, yeah, like situation with stablecoin, with Luna stablecoin or Free Arrows Capital, because such kind of situation were on classic financial markets 100 years ago. But this market will grow up, and we will see that next wave of DeFi will be more interesting as part of attention of investors and part of capitals and flow, etc.
How's business?
Our business, our business is fine. we see decrease of volumes, of course, because all exchanges met a situation with decrease of trading volumes because people wouldn't like to trade. And that's why we have been working on your products or service where we try to resolve simple pains of our customers. And I think that current situation, it's not a situation, it's like opportunity, yeah, because at this moment, you can create a product with better fit for customers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because during the uptrend, yeah, you can tell something and you can get normals of financing, enormous amount, yeah. But
Yeah.
on downtrend, you should be extremely smart, and in this case, you can get investments or you can get customers. That's why products which will go across this situation, it will be next unicorns.
No, it's great. And so if you look at it, how is it in terms of the market today? I know you're focused on second tier tokens, so BNB, AAV, DOT, etc. Why do you focus on second tier tokens rather than first tier?
In general, we have the following landscape. We have centralized exchange and we have decentralized exchange. And of course, most of all volumes, they trade on centralized exchange if we're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if we ask any trader, and usually a trader has simple investment portfolio, which consists of 30% of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and 50% it's like second tier tokens. But big guys like a centralized exchange, they don't work with second tier tokens because they make good money on first tier tokens. But we wouldn't like to compete with these guys because we don't have such marketing budget. We don't have such access to liquidity. We are a small firm, but we grow and we focus on simple needs of customers.
How much are you growing? What's your year-over-year growth or month-over-month?
We have quarterly, quarter to quarter, and we grow 55% quarter to quarter.
Okay, you hear that, audience members and VCs out there, family offices, 55% per quarter. They're making a lot of progress, even in a down market. That's great. Then how does this market, how does the current token market, how is it, and with cryptocurrency, what's happening? Has it affected your business? Do you feel it or not?
Yes, of course, it's affected on our business current situation. Yeah, as I mentioned, and that's why we work on new services and products because we would like to expand our presence and we would like to expand our service, and so not just like one service, but a few services for customer, and we see opportunities, especially in our area. I mean, second tier tokens. Yeah.
And so if you look at it, your growth is about 55% quarter to quarter, which is really good.
Yeah.
And how many members of your team do you have today?
Currently, we have only 12 members with IT guys, with marketing and research team. We are small, and but we are fast.
No, well, that's good. So you got a small team and fast. And what's your ask? What do you want to do next in terms of you raising money, or what are you trying to do? What's the next step of this?
We currently we are raising money, and we focus on institutionals because we combine our service with regulated brokerage house. so we can expand our service to institutionals. And this is a game changer, because in the face space, you cannot find the same project which provides service under brokerage license. And we can provide this service for customers in the European Union, in the United States, and in Asia countries. And this is our primary focus to expand our presence among institutional clients.
And so where do you want to go next?
Institutional clients during this year, regarding sales team, institutional clients are their top priority. And regarding product, we will deliver new features. For trading, it will be during August. And this is our two top priority.
Wow, that's great. Well, it sounds like you love what you do. I mean, going from an aviation institute to over to doing startups, well, that's quite a leap forward. And did you like going into the aviation institute? Was it interesting for you?
It was amazing time.
You can tell us the truth. If it wasn't, it's okay. We're not going to hold it against you.
No. It was amazing time. And I actually I can choose another university, but I like my university, and it was amazing time.
Well, you had a lot of fun in your university days, didn't you?
Yes, of course. Yeah, because
And then, you went to the, so when you did that, why didn't you go into aviation? What happened? Because if you go to aviation school, the first thing I think, oh, you're going to be a pilot or an air traffic controller or a mechanic. What happened?
Actually, my area was related with engineering field, so it's not a pilot, and we focused on maths model of plane or something, or any tools of any plane. But aviation is a very complicated and extremely an industry which require enormous capital. So actually, I had a choice to be employee of Boeing for Airbus company, yachts. But I decided to go in another area like investment and finance. For me, it was a very good experience in part of because I'm engineer guy, and it was very good experience in part of maths or other fields. But I decided to move in investment area, because so it was my decision.
Wow, that's great. And it sounds like you like what you're doing. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen with the company? Let's talk about the next 2 to 3 years. What's your vision of where Delta Theta is going to be?
We first of all we have to go through this crisis, and I think it will be good challenge for us. We will be focused on, as I mentioned, on institutionals, and we will meet huge amount of challenges, but we are ready. And I would like to be like interactive brokers, but in the DeFi space.
Wow, that's great. It sounds good. So we're coming up shortly to the top of the hour. What are your closing thoughts, and how do people, so investors that are out there or potential partners, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Could you repeat your last sentence, because
your closing thoughts, Daniel? What's your summary of, for you, closing thoughts? What words can you give startups just like yourself, right? You just got started. You're moving forward with your company. What's the most important thing you've learned as a startup? If you say one thing, what is that?
I think the most important thing is the customer. And I believe that you have to spend all your time on customers. You have to talk with the customers. You have to try to explain. You have to try to explain to different customers what the idea of your product, how you can resolve pain of customer. And for example, we have a chat with our customers, and usually I'm on duty in this chat. And every day I spend a few hours just talk with my customers. I answer on every day. I provide answers for the same questions in general. And of course, I have a script, but I believe that it is extremely important for my mind, because every time one day I can find better solution, or I can improve my service or business. And for my strong advice for any startup is talk to customers. I don't know, spend 95% of your time with customers, and 5% of your time with investors. Because usually for investors will be interesting if you find any tips and tricks or something brilliant from your customers.
No, that's great. Customers are number one, right? Customer discovery, validation, as my friends Bob Dorff and Steve Blanks in their book, The Owner's Startup Manual. It's critically important, because if you don't have your customers, why in the heck are you developing this incredible technology? So that has to be done. So how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way? LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can find me in LinkedIn. I think this is the best way, or Telegram. You can find me as a admin or owner of all our Telegram channels. So I'm on duty and usually provide answers. Yeah.
No, that's great. So Daniel, I want to thank you very much for coming today to Gary's Picks. To everybody out there, my name is Gary Fowler, and I am the host of Gary's Picks. Stay tuned again in 2 weeks for another exciting edition. And remember, GSD stands for Get Stuff Done. Each one of us has a duty to go out and get stuff done. Go out there, don't talk about it, do it. Just do it. June?
Thank you so much. It's been another fabulous program. And thank you, Daniel, for being our guest today. And Gary, again, you can really pick them. So, so aptly called Gary's Picks. So thank you so much. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.